What's up, guys? I'm Crash. This is Buff and my other friend Blue. How are you doing? We're live for episode 60. What's up?
I wasn't ready.
Well, you want me to run it again? I'll do the opener
again.
Okay. All right. I'm going to run the opener again. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome for episode number 60 of whatever this podcast is. We're so glad you're here. I'm joined by a couple legends of the industry. We have to my right, your left, BuffNerdGaming. What's up, man?
Yo, yo, yo.
And to my right, your left. No, God bless America.
Wait,
my left, your right, BlueTheRobot. What's up, man? I'm going to get that right one day. Don't even worry.
One day. Hello, everyone.
Good after evening, whatever it is. Yeah. Does my mic really sound like a robot? Lord, I hope not.
No, it was how you did your intro the first time. You did it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Just like, hello, my name is Crash. This is Buff. This is Blue. Welcome to the scope.
That's what it was.
We're not on network TV yet, so I'm able to just run that over again, and it's fine. We're not in any kind of time slot.
We're like the Wayne's World of podcast.
That's pretty generous, isn't it? Or I don't know. I think it's something. But anyway, what do you
get the satellite van in Crash's house in the front?
Dude, that would be cool. We could be remote. We could go around and
no, buddy, it actually does like mobile podcasts. He has like a whole setup. Does it like the back of his truck on his bed, or he wants to do like van life stuff and just do podcasts around the world. A buddy of mine from that I met here in Florida.
That's awesome. There's a couple of them. Mm-hmm. I know that the Steve-O Wild Ride, he does that from his van. And then there's the football one, like bussing with the boys there in the bus. And yeah, that'd be pretty cool. One day. Probably not, but maybe. I doubt it. But it's a cool thought. It's a happy thought. So yeah, I guess I was just gonna talk about what everybody's been up to, gaming wise, non-gaming wise, whatever, wherever. Buff, what have you been playing? I wonder if it's DMZ.
Wow, how did you know?
Pretty lucky guess, I'm gonna be honest.
It's almost like you were like creeping on my stream or something the other day. Yeah, no, it's DMZ, having a blast as always. Never gonna ever get bored of it, even when we get killed by cheaters. So it's okay, still having fun.
I don't even want to say the C word. So tired of it. How about you, Blue? What have you been up to? You playing games, or you been out and about? You been touching grass? What's going on over there?
Yeah, I've been touching a lot of grass lately. A lot of grass, concrete, bricks. Yeah, just kind of focused on getting ready to graduate on the 24th. So I get my bachelor's. Wife started a new job, so I'm helping her out with that. She got a whole like mobile setup as well too for her work from home.
Nice.
So she got a better monitor than I did.
Yeah.
They gave us a really huge, like 144 hertz, 1440p, just for work. And I was like, "Is this what? Are you gonna game on this too?" Like,
so funny enough, she got that for work.
I was telling Crash, I was telling, Well, then she got like this like HP laptop, just cause. But there was like a whole kit that's like really like crappy like 90s headphones and like a mouse that came with it. So we went out to the Florida Mall, which is like this huge mall around where I'm at, and it's they have this new Razer store, like the brand, like legit everything licensed from Razer and stuff like that. The guys are wearing black and green shirts. There's RGB everywhere. And I got her the new wireless Razer Def Adder and stuff like that, because she really liked the way it felt in her hand, and it's white. So eventually it'll be for like her setup, because we're moving later down the line. So I'll have her whole setup. We're gonna build a PC together. I think that'll be kind of cool.
There you go.
Be a couple that games together, stays together.
I wonder. I wouldn't know.
It took me a long time,
dude. That's what I'm asking. That's my question. How did you get her to play?
I will give you advice. I mean, to be honest, like she was always a bit of a nerd, like closet nerd, because she loves Harry Potter. She loves Star Trek. She got me into Star Trek a little bit more.
Nice.
But she never really like put it out there until we like we've been married for 8 years. I would say like within 5 years of our marriage, I started to get to really know her nerdy side.
She kept that.
So she kept that secret.
Yeah.
But and then she saw just all the stuff I was doing and thought it was cool. And she was like, I want to build a PC one day. And when she said that, I was like, first it was like, she was like, oh, we'll build you a new PC. I was like, no way. She was like, oh, how's a $5,000 budget sound like? I was like,
oh my
you
God.
don't understand the God, I love you. I want to remarry you all over again.
5,000.
Just renew your vows. And then the pastor's like, we're gathered here today.
List of PC parts, just GTX 4090.
You get everybody up there, and the pastor's like, we're gathered here today because his wife wants to build a $5,000 PC. Just straight up with everybody. We're renewing our vows.
And
that's awesome.
But other than that, no, just playing. I just finished Sons of the Forest.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I got the best ending possible, which is cool.
That game is so weird.
That game was
I am so
like 2 million,
dude. 2 million first day, dude.
That's crazy. Good for
2 million copies sold. So definitely, yeah. It was a big decision for them to release in early access instead of holding it off and delaying it again.
Yeah, that was the big question, right? Like, should they do early access or should they wait longer? How is that going to work? So I'm guessing you've beaten it already. How does that work, like with the end game now? Like, what do you do in the game?
So I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but let's say you can still keep playing. I would say that, but they plan on releasing, I think I just saw a video and they were like planning on releasing a bunch of new lore for the story, characters, different type of enemies, just quality of life features. I mean, these guys are really on it, and they said they want to finish between 6 to 8 months. So by like, holiday of this year time frame, which I feel like it might get pushed again, but if they can get it by the holiday time frame, that's holiday sales, I think that would be a big boost for them. So probably. Yeah, End Night, man, and it's still on Unity, the same engine they used for the first Forest, and just updated it.
That's awesome.
And it looks amazing. Yeah, bit of optimization, probably a little bit here and there, but other than that, man, I got hooked. And even though I beat it, I want to redo it because there's different outcomes, different endings. Yeah.
Good.
That's awesome. It's good.
That is nice. I'm jealous to be excited about a game again. No, I watched you play it. It's crazy. It looks cool.
Yeah, I keep getting demonetized, by the way, or limited ads by that game too, because of the gore factor.
Dude,
and you can't turn off the gore. So it's whatever. Like all my live streams get the yellow monetization sign. I was like, oh, come on.
I've been kind of a troll on Twitter to the director of YouTube Gaming. To be honest, he doesn't have a very big Twitter and he doesn't tweet very often. But I've just been a heckler in his comments. Like every time he tweets, I'm like, hey, can you please look into videos getting demonetized for playing video games on YouTube Gaming? Like I just say that like every time. He doesn't really have a lot of followers. He doesn't get that many impressions. Like he's not on social media a lot.
So it sounds like he's the perfect person to be in charge.
Any notification, he would probably still see it at this point. Yeah.
I think I'm just
he's probably gonna get a lot at this point, but.
Yeah, I was like, can you please just look into why people can't monetize on your platform for doing what the platform is for?
Yeah.
Hello.
Just too much logic.
Man. Too much
logic.
Come on.
Yeah. I get that.
It's the same thing with like Twitter though. Like just because like the head honcho changes doesn't mean like there's so many different levels that need to.
Oh yeah, who knows where that
departments?
Came from. I can't imagine how many people in that company have their hands. How many cooks are in the kitchen? I guess I should say. Like,
oh yeah, exactly.
How many chiefs are leading the tribe type deal? Just
Yeah. I don't. It would be crazy. So me, I played a lot of Battlefield again, and
that's another game I got back into actually as well too.
My name's Crash, and I enjoyed playing Battlefield 2042.
You almost gagged.
It was pretty good. I'm kind of getting back into it. I played over the weekend. I'm trying to get the AR. I've almost got that. And yeah, I actually had quite a bit of fun playing it. It plays a lot better.
I can't believe it's God, just like 40 on the battle pass, I think, was it, to get the
it's pretty high.
Yeah.
They are. That was like, I don't, dude, we're all parents here. We all got lives. It's tough.
Well, don't worry. It's going to be a really long time until there's another season. So you got plenty of time to get
True. We got time, all the time in the world.
Yeah.
I wasn't willing to dedicate that for that grind. I was watching Justin play on stream, and I was like, level 40, like, nah. It's gonna play DMZ.
It probably
was the new map though. Flashpoint is it called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it in Conquest. I like it in Breakthrough a little bit more. I think it flows very well in Breakthrough. I think a little bit more cover in the beginning stages, but
I think you're full of crap. Unless, did you play on Attack?
I love Breakthrough more than Conquest.
Wait, did you play on Attack though?
I played on both Defense and Attack.
Did you not get steamrolled on Defense?
No, there were some times where actually we held off. It really just depends on the team, man.
Maybe a skill issue.
It depends. It depends on the vehicles in the start on both sides.
Yeah, they tuned those down. It was really rough for Breakthrough the first few times I played it, and like I streamed on YouTube, and people came into chat. They're like, "You're gonna play Breakthrough," and they're like, "Oh, you're on defense." They're like, "T's and P's, thoughts and prayers," like, and we just got steamrolled. I'm like, "Well,
dude,
not playing that again."
I have a video of editing. It was me, Tactic Gamer, and Crucial FPS, and there was one, I think, towards like the D and E point, like where like the storage area and like all the fuel pipelines and stuff like that. That area, we were holding on the hill, just one little pocket, and like it was cool to see what 3 people could do for the rest of the game. Like we destroyed a tank, we held off our sector, we kept picking each other up plus other guys around us, and we saved the game. Like it was insane. Just like we clutched up, and I was like, those are the Battlefield moments I missed.
Yeah, and you can actually do that now. The other thing is, I'm still sick. I still don't enjoy 128 players for that reason, and I feel like the new map is like just a little bit too hectic for 128 players, and then if you play the 64 player version, it's like too empty. It's like there needs to be like a middle ground. I
totally get that for sure.
The thing that
are a big issue, but
the thing I don't like about 128 players is, besides all the performance issues that came along with it, it's like you have no control over who wins the match in your squad because there's just so much going on. I feel like with the breakthrough being 64 players, you have a good squad doing what you need to do. You can really help the team. I feel like in 128 players, especially in like Conquest, when everything's just like you don't worry about winning. Like it's not.
We had a little bird pilot just fucking flying around, just taking everyone out. We couldn't do anything against him. He's probably got 500 hours just in the little bird itself, you know. And that's just one aspect. Yeah, it's just everything's too spaced out and then it's just too chaotic.
Yeah, the map felt like all the other maps. I was kind of bummed about the map, and I think I got myself because I was like, I'm gonna come back to Battlefield, and season 4 it's gonna be good. Like the game itself plays a lot better, like mechanics and balance and class system wise. So I think I overhyped myself a little bit, and I got into that map, and that map just feels like it belongs right next to all the base maps that they had to rework. Like
that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's like it needs a rework already for sure.
Yeah, it feels like the middle area, like where that underground lab is, which I was hoping was bigger, is pretty small, in the towers there.
It was very small.
And then so all the cool pictures were from inside there, so you thought it was really big. But then the outside area is just like all the other maps. It looks exactly like the desert side of Renewal.
Points, if you're attacking, especially for that lab part, it puts you out in the open.
Yeah, because there's so much open. It's just another map where there's one center point. So on the like Stranded, you have the boat in the middle. On like Orbital, you have the rocket launch building. Like it's all they're all huge open maps with just one central POI. And that's how all the maps were designed, it feels like Kaleidoscope, you have the skyscraper in the middle and then it's open around it, and they had to rework that stuff. So I just feel like there's like no diversity in maps in that game, which is a bummer. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago, like there's not even like an urban map where you're fighting on city streets and stuff, and like there was always traditionally in Battlefield and things like that.
That's what, like when I was watching Justin stream it that morning, like if he wasn't saying this is the new map, I wouldn't have known. Like you said, it looked like all the other maps, especially a lot of the open desert. Everything like looked the same.
I wonder if it was like just maybe held in the back burner and just kind of just before everything just went down the hole kind of thing. So that's what it feels like. At least
it's a weird map, especially like you look at the maps from Battlefield like 4 and Battlefield 3. I think the DLC maps for those games were so different than the base maps. Like especially the Aftermath DLC from Battlefield 3 just pops in my head for whatever reason. Like you were playing in like a broken down city from the earthquake. That was crazy. And they had those were like, you had some great maps that were just very different urban like combat. There's no urban combat in 2042. It's wild.
It feels like it was designed right along with them and maybe held back. I think there's a chance. We're getting really tinfoil hatty here, and I apologize, but like I feel like there's a chance that they realized that they had to make the decision to rework all the base maps, and they just had the DLC maps they decided to do.
I'm gonna make a tinfoil hat, and every time you say that, I'm just gonna put it on.
Put it on.
We should. When I was in the lead up to 2042, I had one.
Oh my god, no! Instead of tool, like was it like tool the Tim the Tool Man, and it's like the tool time.
It'd be like tool time.
Like it'd be 10 time, and then we just put like everyone just puts their 10 hats on.
We should have that by next week. I did several videos where I actually had one, and I put it on during the video. So
I remember it. That's when I actually first started watching you. To be honest,
that's when people used to watch my channel. Maybe I should bring it back. I don't know.
Bring it back.
We want the conspiracy theorists.
That's right. We'll get really into the weeds over there. But no, man, I've just been getting back into 2042, which feels cool. I'm really kind of experiencing it all over again since they balanced it, and I've been out for a long time. And it plays a lot better. It's still definitely my least favorite Battlefield of all time, but I've been enjoying playing what little bit I have. The game just, at least it works now, how they kind of envisioned it. It's close to their vision. And then sprinkling in some Siege and some Search and Destroy still. Search has been really fun. I think all the super ultra sweat lords and some of the cheaters have went to play ranked. So we've just been absolutely smashing people in Search. It's been really fun.
Are you having more fun now than you have yet?
With Search, so yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I could really tell a difference when ranked kicked off. I think a lot of sweaty players went over there. Mm-hmm. It feels like, and then But that game again, you're starting to suffer from the lack of maps in that game too, because we only got 2 maps that we've played before. So it feels pretty darn stale, but it's really fun with friends. Like most games are. If you get the right group of people, it's pretty fun. So
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all of our introduction segment? Wait.
I titled it intro and chit chat, but I did make a subsection for 2042 since we went into it.
Okay. Nice. You're killing it over there. I do want to say this was to kick this off. This Dr. Disrespect tweet. I wanted to talk about this. I didn't say anything on Twitter because it doesn't matter what I say, but on this program, we can talk about it. I thought this was the dumbest tweet that I've even seen anyone make, and especially from him. For the podcast listeners, this is the Dr. Disrespect tweet where he said, "Imagine trying to extract with an item you discovered worth $100,000 on the chain. Think about the entertainment value as a viewer, let alone player. A new PvP experience is upon us. Jesus, I hope not, dude." Like, we're with all the Tarkov stuff going on, we are at like the absolute pinnacle of cheaters right now within Modern Warfare 2 and ranked, with Engine Owning getting cheated, making their stuff free. Can you imagine the lengths the cheaters would go to if they could make $100,000 at once? What the cheats would be like?
The game would only be cheaters.
That's it, dude. Like, that's one of the reasons Tarkov has so many cheaters, because some of the RMTers, I think I've heard on podcasts, they can make like, you know, they can buy an account, a spoofed account for $5 and make like $50 before it gets banned or something, selling stuff on eBay. It's like they're going through all that bullshit with like second computers. Wow. They will log into the servers on a second computer to run like over the map radars and stuff they're doing all this stuff. And you're telling me that if someone could get $100,000, they're not going to do every single trick in the book to cheat for that. I mean, you could have, when you're talking about that, there's so many problems with this tweet. The other thing is, what the fuck on the blockchain is going to cost? It's going to be worth $100,000.
And if like, and it's probably not going to hold value either.
There's no way. Like, what are you going to have on the blockchain that's going to be worth that much? Like 6 Bitcoin now, or whatever the hell that's dropped to. Like, I don't even know what you could have as that. It's just a really stupid tweet, man.
I could see that like being awesome for like LAN or something. I mean, like that's some
like a tournament.
Yeah, like his tweet makes sense, but then I completely agree with it, but then you're like, okay, cheaters, you know, it's just gonna be cheaters. Like
you're putting this out to the public,
right? Yeah, if it's a LAN event and there's stuff like that, and there's like something, because it obviously gaming is that much more fun when there's something on the line. Like when I would play in Bad Company 2 when we were a pro team, you know, winning clan games that meant something was huge, and like that's some next level tension versus just playing regular Conquest. So it's like extremely fun and also nerve-wracking, and like, your palms are sweating like crazy. But yeah, in this case, unless it's like set up tournaments where everything has to be monitored from every POV and recorded and everything like that, I don't see how something like what he's saying works. But
yeah, and I guess
he's the one doing it. Who knows?
Yeah, and I guess I have to stand a little bit corrected. I didn't think of that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think about it. If it's on a LAN at an esports tournament and like that's the title, like that's how you win the grand prize, and that's what it is.
Then
that makes sense.
And that makes
sense. In a controlled environment.
Makes sense.
Even for like game battles, that's what we would have to do. Is you would have to like register your team. Every player would have to be registered and signed up with like their, you know, your Steam ID, your PSN ID, all that stuff. And you would have to be recording. And then if there was a dispute, like someone's cheating or they broke the rules, you would have to send that in. It would get reviewed, and like that's how it would go. So,
but I totally get it. Like, if in a perfect world, if this could happen in a controlled environment, oh yeah, dude, like the adrenaline would be insane. I still get super sweaty playing ranked Rainbow Six with friends, dude. I love playing ranked Siege and like coming down.
So imagine $100,000 on the line.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in my office at home. It's double overtime, you know, 4-4, and it's a 1v1, and I'm the last person up. I won one of those this weekend, and it's just like feels so good, like to win that for your team, and like having something like that would be stupid. But yeah, like what Trinidad's saying on your Twitch, my first interpretation was like, if this was just in pubs, in like a public lobby, a public server, dude, get out of here. Like that's no way that works.
Exactly. And Trinidad, he knows. He was on our Battlefield team when we were pros. Like when we would win some high end games against better, you know, higher ranked teams, like you come out of that like so on such an adrenaline high, it was freaking nuts. So to come out of something with like something you can cash in that's worth, even if it's like 100 to like 1,000 or it's something smaller, it's still gonna be massive.
And knowing the way Doc wants this, it's gonna be public matches just for streamers and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be. I mean, he'll do esports tournaments, but that idea of NFTs worth that much in the game, it's just what you said originally, Crash. What Trinidad said, I think. Yeah, that's what he meant was.
And then when you're talking about stuff like that, that's like I would consider that to be life-changing money. If you're doing stuff like that, like what would the developers do? Like what would keep them from putting a piece of code into where they knew where that was at and then they could go home and find it? Like, I'm not saying like they're trashy people like that, but geez, man, like you'd have to think about it. Like
that, you ever
think about how many times you played Tarkov and like you found this really expensive item, and then how many guides you found on YouTube that people just go, oh, you just go here, boom, there, and leave, kind of thing. Just like
yeah, it would get
using
cheap so
NFTs.
people could figure it out. Like, ugh. It's just not feasible, man.
I think you ever read Ready Player One?
Yeah.
No.
Kind of reminds.
I actually read the book recently. Actually,
I don't read.
The best book I've ever read in my life, honestly. But yeah, it kind of reminds me like going towards what his tweet is. Knowing Doc, like he said it to stir up controversy, and Doc's not stupid. So in the background, I'm sure there's going to be so many controls in place to have it in a controlled environment, and everything is going every caution will be taken. So like there will not be cheaters, and if there are, I'm sure that'll all be handled. But yeah, it reminds me a lot of like Ready Player One, kind of like I got to win this race so I can pay my rent type thing. That's what I'm thinking of here.
All right. I think it's kind of dumb, but it might be good from the marketing standpoint because it has 6.4 million views on this tweet. So people are talking about it. And even on our blog,
it starts a conversation.
On our Blockbuster program right here, we're covering it. I mean, it's a big deal to make it on the scope. Are you kidding me? For the doc to be on the scope, I bet he is floored.
I will reach out to him and see if he wants to come on too.
Maybe send him a text.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just text him. I'm sure he'll be
hey,
like,
Doc, what's up, man? Long time no see.
I'll get the production team to reach out to him, see if we can get a statement by the end of the show.
Have your people call his people.
That's right. I wish I had a people. That would be cool. So yeah, there's that. But I wanted to talk about that at the beginning because I saw that and I was just like, dude, bruh. I don't even say that word ever, but I was like, bro. I don't say
that's a very bruh moment.
Yeah. All right. You guys want to talk about the big FPS news of the week? I know I do.
Ready.
Hell yeah.
The finals beta is tomorrow. I feel like a lot of people
are hours away.
Oh, wow.
I feel like a lot of people are putting their hopes and dreams in this game, I feel like.
The hype is too it's overhyped. The people are calling it the Battlefield killer.
That doesn't make sense.
They called World War III the Battlefield killer.
Battlefield killed itself, dude. It doesn't need any help.
Dude, yeah, right? I've been saying that since Battlefield 5 ish. Yeah, just it's
hardline. Anyways, I think
not if Hardline should have been called Hardline, but anyways,
right, it should have. I think the hype is just because it's from a lot of. It looks good, right? First off, and it's from ex dev teams who worked on our favorite Battlefield game. So it's like I think a lot of people are also looking at this as like, okay, this is what this studio is capable of. Maybe down the road they'll release something to directly overtake like Battlefield, but it does
any
look
other
cool.
shooter, in my opinion.
I have a feeling like a lot of their new things here are almost like advanced, like high-end tech demos. It's like the initial product push. Hey, this is what we can do, and then like down the road after those titles that we already know of are out, it's like, okay, this is what we're going to do now. And you saw what we could do with this amount of time. Guess what we've been working on also behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty. The physics look cool. Gunplay looks like gunplay. I don't know. There's nothing that jumps out at me like, oh, this is next generation gaming. Which I don't think they were pushing for that anyways. But yeah, I think you said that correctly. It's a I wouldn't say it's a glorified tech demo because there is a gaming component behind this.
Right.
But they're definitely, I think,
Showcase
and it's just
would be the better
it's just the industry nowadays. Just everyone's trying to push the next graphical engine update of some sort.
I'm gonna say why I'm a little hyped for it. I feel like it's something
you got
different.
Paid by it. You shill.
I feel they do. They pay me so much, you guys. Like, I can't wait to see what item I get on the blockchain from this.
The finals is going to be the best FPS of all time.
Yeah. So just really quick, some housekeeping stuff. This gameplay is from friend of the program, Rockhound Black. He was invited to the early capture session, and he said we could show his video of the gameplay on today's show. So
thanks,
shout out to him.
Appreciate
him. He is. If you are interested in this game, Rockhound Black, all one word, on all socials, YouTube and everything. He covers this game like so in depth, from teasers and Easter eggs, and like if you want to know everything about this game and including this ad, look, it's Buff working out at the gym during this ad. We're gonna get Rockhound his ad revenue right here, so that's all good. We're helping out.
I'm a big,
but yeah, check out his channel. Check out his channel if you're interested in this game, because he does an awesome job. And hopefully, he's agreed to come on the show at some point after the beta and talk about what's all going on with it, because he knows like every single thing about this game. What I will say about it, why I'm a little bit excited, is I think it's finally something a little bit different. The tournament game show style is a little bit different. It's one of the first AAA style ish. I would say it's in the AAA realm. Coming out on Unreal 5. The server-side destruction is some new tech to this level that we haven't seen yet, that I'm really interested to see how it plays out. And while I'm not thrilled about like the silly setting and stuff, it makes sense. You would think, you know, it's kind of a city-based, in the future, Hunger Games game show type game. So the silly, crazy outfits, fashion, cosmetic stuff kind of makes sense here. It's not like stuff in this kind of stuff in a milsim game. So I mean, the silly, crazy stuff kind of makes sense being in the future. They have that flexibility there from an immersion standpoint, and just I'm interested to see how it plays. I think this could be a game not quite as complicated as Siege, but something that's going to have a learning curve. It's going to take a while to learn. There's so many things into it. You have, from what I understand from Rockhound's video, you have like 3 different builds of characters, light, medium, and heavy. They all have different kind of loadouts and gadgets and stuff you can choose from. And the destruction is like next level. Nearly the entire map can be leveled, I guess, with explosives and stuff like that. And basically what you have to do when you play the tournament mode, I can't remember how many teams of 3 it starts out with, but you have to collect money, and then you have to capture points, kind of like domination or whatever. And when you capture that point, you can deposit your money. And it looks like 4 teams to start out with, and whoever banks the most money, it goes to the next round.
Almost
like it takes out the bottom team.
Round of elimination.
Yeah. And then until it gets down to the last 2, and I'm not sure if the rules change when you reach the finals in the last 2, if it's kind of an elim thing or whatever, but some other things that are going to be really cool to see in Unreal 5. The maps have day-night cycles, and they have dynamic weather. And they also, so there's like storms, there's like, and then they have, so it's also kind of like the Hunger Games in a game show, in the fact they have random in-game events happen. Like they will turn on, like the host of the game will turn on like a meteor shower.
Oh, that's cool.
There's the Dead Go Boom is what it's called. Where when it's like martyrdom kind of, when you kill a body, they explode. That's another like event that happens, but there's like kind of random game showy type things that happen during the game. And he said it was optimized and ran really well. They played for 2 hours, and he really only had like one bug.
Looking at that gameplay, it looks like it's running really smooth.
He said it ran really good, and he had stuff really cranked up visuals wise to collect the gameplay. Nice. And he was on a last gen 30 series card. I can't remember if it was a 30, 70, 80, or 90, but yeah, said it ran well, and I'm kind of excited to try it out. I think it's going to be a game that you have to put some time into to get the most out of it. I feel like it's not something that you can just play casually.
Pick up and go.
Because there's so many levels to it. The destruction and learning the maps is going to be huge. And I get kind of Siege vibes from it as far as skill ceiling.
That, and also the color correction on it is very high contrast. Kind of reminds me of Siege now. Yeah, it's very bright and vibrant. I don't know, man. I mean, looking at the gameplay, I'll wait till tomorrow. See how it feels.
I hope I get it. I hope I get in. I think I will. I think you will if you sign up and request access. If you guys want to, and you have a PC on Steam, you look up the game on Steam. Just search the finals, and then you can scroll down and request access to the playtest, and then that stuff will go out tomorrow. But yeah, so it's like the same rooftop map here. It kind of looks like Doc's game Deadrop a little bit, being on the rooftops and stuff, but it has like fog, rain, night, day, like all the different kind of stuff. So, and then you kind of set up your loadout, change your character and things like that. And while I'm not amped about the silly cosmetics and stuff, I think they did a good job making it fit, because if you're, you know, in the future and stuff and you're on a game show, you're gonna wear like crazy stuff to be on TV. So like if you're technically
stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like the running man. The running man. You ever see the running man?
Teams of 3. I just saw a cowboy hat, so I'm in.
Oh, I know what you're wearing.
It's my new main game. Yeah. I'm wearing a cowboy hat in here. So anyway, this is going to be really interesting how it plays out. I think someone said I don't know how long the play test runs. Maybe you'd think if I was making a video, I could figure the fuck out what I'm doing up here. But I think that it's like 2 weeks is what I heard from some people. So people will be playing it for a little while. I hope people get into it. And then console eventually, but not yet. So it's something different. That's why I'm interested. Even though
always being the optimist.
No. not always. I think it's just a combination of everybody being like super tired of everything and just so ready for something new.
You know,
in the FPS
but it
genre.
also kind of reminds me of what was that? What was like an 80s show game battle royale? Oh, God, Radical something.
Radical Heights.
Yes. Of like that TV show feel.
That's how this is with the kind of color commentator announcer, like the over the top voice stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like arena lights and stuff around the maps. But there's going to be quite a bit to it. Like there's even bridges I saw that led to like the C objective, and Rockhound threw C4 on it and just totally exploded and completely removed like that area that people could come from, like totally cut off that side of the map. And like the bridge just crumbled and fell down to the city bottom. Like it was really cool.
I mean, I will give them props if it's running server side and all that's happening at the same time with this many players and that many explosions going off, and just I mean, looking at that fire alone when he was collecting the cash and how well it looked optimized wise, I was impressed by.
I think kind of funny enough, I'm not that excited to play the game itself. I'm just kind of excited to get in there and see if it runs, like all this kind of newer technical stuff is going to work. And if it does, that'll be super cool. And it says a lot to that studio, because there's a lot of former talent from DICE at this studio.
Yeah.
And that's when Buff's, like the whole showcase of new tech kind of comes into play. Because, well, if the game is fun, that's cool. If it runs though really well, that's the biggest boost for like their brand almost. What's the dev team called again?
Embark Studios.
So yeah, if they can pull this off and show that it's a decently fun game and it runs well, they're in the money.
Yeah, I think a lot of people could like this. And it's got that Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about like the round based like elimination, like how Fall Guys was like a really big deal for streamers for a while, like that kind of like the first few rounds and the lower people get kicked out. That's kind of how this is, like round based, and like as you progress through the tournament, like you build a little bit more tension, you get closer to winning, but it just looks really clean. Like it looks really cool. Like the graphics look insane. The time to kill is pretty long though. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I was about to say that when that guy was when your friend, he was shooting the guy on the money container with the M1 Garand, almost looked like I think it was. How many shots he poured into that guy? I'm like, dude, that's a long amount of TTK. I feel
so that it does have a pretty long time to kill for sure, from what I can see. But also, I've noticed that if you pick the light, medium, or heavy build for your contestant, has a lot to do with your speed and health. The faster light build contestants have a lot less health. They go down a lot quicker, and the slow guys with the LMGs are quite a bit more tanky. So it's going to be interesting to see how they balance. There were a couple. He talked about already some meta stuff forming. I guess one of the abilities allows you to remote heal, and you can have melee weapons. So in one of their games, there was a player with a sledgehammer running around just sledgehammering everybody, and a guy was remotely healing him behind, and he was like unstoppable because the high time to kill. So like, yeah, it was one of the tanky guys running around.
You're talking almost like a Mercy Overwatch type thing.
Yeah, it could.
Just like have a healer just behind you and just
Yeah, shooting the foam gun to block people on the gameplay on screen.
Yeah, I'm like.
You can block people and change lines of sight and stuff, and
that's awesome.
The fact that he's like moving the container with the phone too, like.
Yeah, it looks.
Sorry for the viewers or for the people who are just listening. We're like mesmerized by this.
Yeah, I'm just watching it now, trying to figure out if I'm gonna like this.
The game's doing its job then.
I'm already kind of.
I'm enjoying watching
my opinion's slowly changing, but I do want to get my hands on it, and I want to see what other reviews come out. Because also you said he's running a 30 series. I'm still running a 2070 right now, so like we'll see.
Yeah, that'll be. I'll be interested to hear how it runs for you.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking to myself, like, how this game is gonna be for me. I feel like I won't enjoy it at first, and it would take me. I think this game's gonna take me like tens of hours if I can make myself sit through it to learn. And when I start doing cool stuff or making cool plays and comms with friends and learning maps a little bit, then I'll start to have fun.
Very heavy in the beginning.
Yeah. And I think
this game fucking sucks, man.
I can see myself getting tilted really quick because in modes like this, when you have to play an objective with like a time limit and kind of respawns, I get really tunnel focused on just running at the objective, and I die a lot, and I start to get mad because I feel like I'm gonna run out of time and I need to respawn real quick and keep running. So I just have to like slow my roll. And it's going to suck, and I'm going to get my ass kicked for a few hours. But if I want to give it a real chance, I feel like I need to stick to it for a little while.
Yeah, think about where you were before when you started Siege and...
Bull.
Yeah.
Siege was rough. Still rough. Siege is still rough, and I have like 1,200 hours in it. So there you go. So yeah, that's the finals. I think it's going to be a big deal. There's a buttload of people talking about it. Some of the larger creators got invited, and gameplay's out, so you can find that online. I would recommend checking out friend of the program, Rockhound Black. So that's all he's doing. His channel is going to be about the Embark game. So he's also going to cover Arc Raiders whenever we get around to that too. Whenever they release that game.
Ooh yeah,
very good.
So, yep.
All
we
right.
good on that? Everybody, we'll meet back here next week. Chat everyone and see what everybody's thoughts were on it, because I'll be interested to hear. Ready for the next topic? I think it's a big one too. I think there's a lot of big stuff going on. CS:GO Source 2. It's been talked about forever, it feels like, but it sounds like it's actually going to happen. What do you think, Blue? Is it going to happen this time?
Man, I don't know. I'm not Valve.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I kind of think it is, because I mean, like I saw the screenshots and stuff of the CS:GO references in the NVIDIA driver, and the leaks seem pretty credible with like the guy and his sources. He seems like a pretty legit journalist that's talking about it. And it is kind of like Valve to not say anything and just put it out. That's kind of like what they do somewhat. I don't know. I think it's happening.
I haven't played CS:GO, man, in my for years. Yeah, I mean, the fact that the source engine itself though was still pretty viable even now, with different people modding it and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm curious what'll come out in the next few, maybe I would say 5 years, but who knows at this point.
When did the original CS:GO even release? It was like
God.
Well, the the version as it in now was like 2011.
CS:GO was so I mean but CS Source
way farther.
Oh yeah. 2000. I just remember like watching the FPS Doug stuff back in the day.
2004.
Wow.
Even farther. Dang.
And CS:GO Counter-Strike was actually 2012. Actually.
Yeah, so I was thinking 12 on that one. So no, I haven't played very much CS:GO at all, but I feel like I could get into it. I just couldn't get around to not ADSing because I came in late. But to FPS games like the tradition, this is traditional. I'm thinking the ADS, like where you almost always ADS your gun, like the Battlefield COD style of aiming. So this is hard to figure out. But dude, the thing that I'm really interested in this, I just think it's huge for FPS gaming. Because this game is peaking right now, concurrent player wise.
Really,
it's peaking. It's peaking right now, the highest it's ever been. Over the weekend, they touched 1.4 million concurrent players, not total players. Wow. That's concurrent on Steam playing the game at once. 1.4 million, and that's an all-time high. And then within the month, they're going to completely update it with Source 2 engine, which is supposed to bring So what they said in the most recent news article is 128 tick rate servers, which will be awesome. And then improved matchmaking. So for like matchmaking for tournaments and stuff, they have to use like third-party platforms like Faceit, and I can't remember the other one. I'm familiar with Faceit because they run the Rainbow Six Siege esports. So supposedly they're supposed to take that away, so it'll be easier to like admin tournaments and stuff, and do better matchmaking that way for competitive stuff. And then some of the other rumors are, of course, it's supposed to be way better lighting, way better graphics, updating all that. It's going to be essentially the same game, just brought into current times, updated for the newest stuff.
I just wasn't a fan of the gameplay mechanics.
That's why I
ain't put too much time into it.
I'm just terrified to play it because people have been playing it forever, and I feel like there's no shot I would ever be decent at it.
There is no shot. No, and even but that's it's something. CS:GO when good animations when I don't want CS:GO with just hip fire, crosshairs, and recoil patterns that are just the weirdest. No, never was. And back then in the early 2000s when every game did that, sure,
right,
there was not really a game where it was your ADS was your guy just kind of zooming in a little bit, just
with the crosshairs,
with the crosshairs. So like Counter-Strike is, in my opinion, is just so far behind in terms of like improving its gameplay. It's again I think the reason why also, like, worldwide, it's still a huge esport title. It runs on any potato PC. So, and there's also a pretty big modding scene behind it too. Like people literally made entire games within CS:GO. It's insane, like story driven stuff. I remember like I played like a cowboy western storyline and rode horses in Counter-Strike Go. Like it was insane.
So that's the other thing. This is supposed to have easier and better mod tools as well.
Oh wow.
As part of the
I'm more interested in that aspect. Because I feel like also just Valve itself has always been a big benefactor of people of letting people go, hey, just mod our game almost. They never really said, hey, you can't do that. So again, it runs on any PC. I'm curious what Source 2 would run like.
That's what I'm curious about.
Current PCs and specs wise and optimization. I mean, like, is it just because, if in my opinion, it's just gonna feel like CS:GO remastered?
That's what it's gonna be. I don't know what I want. I don't know. I kind of want to get in and play it just to say I did and I gave it a chance to see what it looks like. But I think I'm more interested. I think I'm more interested and going to be more entertained at what this number does on screen, the concurrent player count.
That's what I'm saying.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go up 100%.
But also, like, to your point, Blue, like how far behind they are. But it's always been such a huge game in its own little niche. Like I don't even know if they ever want to like go to Iron
They
Sight,
probably won't.
FPS,
and there's so many like copycat type of Counter-Strike games that try to recreate what Counter-Strike has done, and they just can't.
But the other thing is, if they try and like bring it up to, our more traditional FPS that we're used to now, it's just gonna it'll look like everything else. Yeah, I feel like they need to stay like do exactly what CS:GO is, just make it look and run better.
Just
essentially,
bunny hopping, flinging around my butterfly knife.
Yeah, that's
it. And then having my sniper rifle on the left side of my screen and no scoping. Just
there you go.
That's how you do it, man.
It's yeah.
Don't forget to do the crouch thing too when you shoot. Stop crouching. You don't move when you shoot.
Yeah, and then again, just like the AK spray patterns, M4 spray patterns, it just never. Back then, early 2000s, 100%, I was all over this game whenever I got a chance. I remember like when we were supposed to be in class, we were in the computer room. Someone brought in on a floppy disk freaking Counter-Strike 1 point. God, what was it? 1 point something. And we were just like, hey, passing it around, installing on every computer, and then just playing it like that. And then the computer lab instructor will walk around and stuff like that. But yeah.
And the other reason I'm really interested in this from the sidelines too is I feel like the game is kind of similar to Siege. I feel like Siege is like an updated kind of mechanics-wise version of this game.
Yeah.
And I want to see a Siege 2, and this could be a way they do it with like a remastered, updated stuff with some new maps and things like that, but keep the core game the same, because Siege is also something that is kind of its own thing, and I don't think you could really change it and still call it Siege. So I'm interested. Overwatch did it, right? Like Overwatch 2 is very similar to Overwatch 1 with some big updates, and then now CS:GO is doing it with a new engine and new updates with new backend structure. Siege, I think it's your turn. I know you're watching Ubisoft. But yeah.
CS:GO. I mean, also
it's just gonna be crazy. I don't.
CS:GO is Valorant's biggest competitor. I feel like they're two different games. I mean, they're in the same ballpark, but they both have two different audiences, in my opinion.
Valorant is clearly an attempt at making an updated, contemporary CS:GO version with like the shooting.
I remember, man, the hype when all those dev videos would come out
for Valorant.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna be this free game, and
it's called Project A or Project something.
Back then, yeah, and then all of a sudden, just it was the same shit. But
yeah, well, I mean, but it's doing great. That's why I feel kind of dumb doing an FPS podcast sometimes, because there's this huge part of the FPS genre that I don't play or talk about, and that's Valorant and CS:GO, and they're both absolutely massive. I have played more Valorant than I've played CS:GO, but Valorant's massive. These competitive games are where it's at, and this is the kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I could keep talking about the industry implications way more than the game. That's why I'm excited to watch it. The other thing is, I'm hoping XDefiant's watching, because I just feel like if you have these hyper competitive games that people can learn, and if you have a good ranked system where people can play against folks of their same skill, it's so much fun. And it's one of the only ways I'm seeing players get retained in the arena shooter space, is if you have like a bomb mode, a ranked mode. Like those are the modes and the games that are succeeding in the arena space right now. The days of, oh, it's so cool, I'm playing a multiplayer respawn shooter. We used to think it was so badass because we were just playing against somebody else over the internet, and that was the novelty of it. That was it. That was super cool. That's worn off, and people need to sweat a little bit to keep them playing, need to compete, get their friends in there and learn a game. So I'm hoping that XDefiant is watching and we get a ranked ball mode in that game with the other mechanics that I'm hearing coming from them. But I don't know. Because I mean, you could just look at what are the biggest FPS games that aren't battle royales. CS:GO, Valorant. Siege technically is still doing really well. As old as it is, it's still triple the amount of players that it had at launch, at least. So
because there's no other game like it.
Yeah. And I hope that XDefiant isn't just building a Call of Duty copy, because there is a game like that.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we'll wait and see. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, we're gonna be watching that. It's gonna be pretty wild, I think, to see how high that number gets. Are we good on that? I feel like this is a short show, but I don't care. It's quality over quantity, right?
Exactly.
Let's do some quick shots, but we're gonna keep monitoring the CS:GO action. I'll be honest with you. See what happens. We'll continue to talk about it.
Shots.
I think I want to play it. I want to play CS:GO for like the first time in like many years. Okay.
Many moons.
Quick shots. I don't even know what they are.
Never gets that.
I don't even know what they are. Oh yeah, Blue's gonna have the World War III tweet. This is yeah.
Yeah. World War III's back.
How about it?
Yeah. I mean, I've been telling people for a long time, don't come back until maybe March. And then after that, don't come back until September. The fact though, the biggest thing I feel like for this game right now is the recent tweet by 9 hours ago was that they introduced a revive, or looks to be a revive mechanic, which is pretty big because now this confirms another game mode, which is their HVT game mode, which seems to be the return of a recon game mode, which was the NDA tested game mode. No one saw. They never showed any gameplay, but when people talked about it, they said it's a better version of Battle Royale with your own loadouts, a shrinking map, and objectives on the map. So I'm super excited for that, but that's not coming till September. And even then, I'm not so sure exactly if that's the new game mode, because back then it was called Recon. Now it's called HVT, but HVT means high value target, or so it could still be the same game mode. Plus there's another game mode coming out called FUBAR. And I've gotten some, I talked to the devs, we were playing World War III a few times, and we talked about it, and they were, I think I heard through the grapevine that it's basically their conquest game mode, which is TAC Ops, which is their point system, capture point system, but no strikes and no vehicles. So no radar, no jammers, no tanks. People complain about the tanks all the time on there.
Yeah.
And I think it's just going to be transport vehicles only.
Okay. Good.
And I think a new one's coming. A new transport vehicle might be showing up. I think one of the devs told me I should be genuinely excited about it. Is he specifically me? I was like, what do you mean? Is it American Humvee? Like, I'd be excited for that. I'm just a big old 90s Humvee fanboy. I want to buy one. But yeah, it's the question. I just hate how World War III teases content. Very cheeky.
Yes.
Oh, what if? Like, motherfucker, just tell us. They've been doing this since I wouldn't even say the original launch, but like the beginning of what was it? The beginning of the new like version of the game, when the veteran alpha test came out. They were very like, secretive and just, Easter eggs. We were trying to decipher what the hell this number means. Like, just tell us what you're doing. Be transparent. None of this hype up marketing and then just shit on us when it does release. So the game is fine. It's decent. I'm not saying it's where it needs to be, but I have a good feeling that in September it's gonna be where the game should have been back when the alpha test, or when the open beta released.
Such a trend that we have going.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if Battlefield 2042 can make a slight comeback, maybe World War III can. I know it's a smaller team. A lot of people are giving up on it. A lot of people tell me to give up on it. But I know, like, knowing some of the guys personally and playing other games with them and just like talking about like not even the game itself, but like work ethic. They do truly care about the game. It's just whoever's running that marketing team, get me in there. Just
the marketing team.
Put me on the team.
What I want to say about the marketing is like if you're a game with a fully fleshed out game with quite a bit of content with like regular updates, and you have a lot of content coming out all the time, teasers are great. But if you're a game that's super starved for comments or for content, I was reading Big Fresh comment for content, and then you do a teaser, and then there is like a real chance that this revive mechanic is like 6 months away. The way they do shit,
exactly.
So it's like, dude,
exactly.
If you market something,
there was a revive mechanic in the recon game mode.
But if you give people like a little bit of a carrot and then dangle a carrot and then give us like 6 months to forget it, what's the point other than pissing people off and follow it? It's terrible. But a revive mechanic would be cool. What was the RVT? How did the RVT game mode work that you said was like PR or the HVT?
HVT. So like originally called Recon, and it was so like I guess I don't know. I didn't sign the NDA, so I can't get in trouble. But basically it was the old maps and certain parts of the map. It wouldn't be like a big circle, but certain sections of the map would close off until eventually, you know, you had the last couple squads standing. And then you also had vehicles to fight, but you had pickup weapons. So instead of coming in with an RPG, you would find like a RPG or an AT4 or whatever the hell it is. You know, your team would go and pick that up and then go from there, throw C4 or mines or whatever. But there was a revive mechanic. There were objectives like securing satellites, or not satellites, but something. I don't really know too much about it because again, a lot of it was hush hush, and people that did play couldn't say anything. I don't think they even still could. And even if they could, I'm pretty sure World War III probably reached back out to them and go, "Hey, don't say anything because we're bringing the game mode back." And then another thing about the FUBAR game mode, which for people that don't know what FUBAR means. Well, I mean, we've been cursing this entire time. Fucked up beyond all recognition.
I've been cursing the whole time. You guys haven't.
Yeah. So, and so it's kind of just like all hell breaks.
Did I get it? For that. Did I get it?
Perfect.
Nah,
great
yeah,
time. It was great time.
Yeah, great.
Nailed
exactly.
It.
Yeah. What the?
We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
Just
Sorry,
in post.
Do it live.
We'll do
it's fine.
But to be honest, someone mentioned, I saw someone in the comments. What was it? FUBAR. What I would enjoy it more is if it was like a rush style game mode.
Yeah.
You know, if it was like, even if it's not the blowing up MCOMs, but like just moving through the map, capturing point by point, especially if you only have, I think, what was it, like 20 something players on the map, you know, like now you get to really just be in constant combat the entire time. Instead of just running around the map, fighting here, running all the way back over here because they're taking the point behind you, dying on the way over there, trying to spawn on your buddy, but he apparently is getting shot at from a mile away and he's being suppressed, so you can't spawn on him. There's a lot of things still wrong with the game that will piss a lot of people off and have pushed a lot of people away. I mean, look at the Steam charts. It just every day it's just going down and down and down and down.
Well, okay, I'll do
it. I don't want it. Okay, right, production team, please can you pull it up? Thanks. But yeah, it's and I mean from the over 11,000 player peak to 3-digit numbers, 4-digit numbers, like people wanted this game to succeed. They gave you so many chances, and then your marketing team does some bullshit like this. So those are my thoughts on World War III. Again, I tweeted when they announced the FUBAR game mode. I was like, cool, I'll wait till it comes out. You didn't put a date out. I'm not gonna play it now. The battle pass took forever to grind. And I'm having fun Battlefield 2042 if I want to play an open combat, combined arms game. I was having fun with that. So like, what makes me want to go back to World War III at the moment, and it's nothing. And this is someone from who played it for. I mean, I think I have. Let me see. I'm actually kind of curious how many hours I got. probably around like 500. But 600 hours.
Damn, there's no way there's enough content in there for me to play that long.
Yeah, well then again, I've been playing since 2018 and then also like NDA, like when we had to switch the properties and stuff like that. I was playing that game mode for a bit and testing stuff. So like yeah, again, there's no reason. I'll just say this right now. Don't come back until they can prove themselves. So we'll see in March when the new game mode comes out. If they release that revive mechanic when that comes out too, that's a plus. But we just, we need more maps. We need more game modes. Maps and game modes, I feel like, are the two biggest things, and just bug fixes, just quality of life stuff.
Agreed. You can't tease shit when you're that starved for content. You just got to do it at that point. So, all right, time for the next. Quick shot. This is fucking terrible. All right. Oh, I cussed. Sorry. The next thing I want to talk about, Road to Vostok. So on the opposite end of that, I mean, I guess the game's not technically out yet, so I can't get that excited about it. But there's some crazy stuff that it looks so good. So there's just been Auntie put out another devlog talking about some new mechanics. Some of the stuff in there, a new inventory system, a new sight system. You can move the sights up and down. One of the coolest things he showed at the end was there's a new AI helicopter. So essentially, when you're crossing the border zone at night to get into Vostok, which is the sketchy zone, when you cross to get in there, if you get swept by the spotlight and that AI helicopter sees you, which it looks crazy, like the light rays going through the fir trees and stuff looks crazy. Man. So I guess if that sweeps you and that catches you, then you will get picked up upon by the AI around. Like they'll get aggro.
And that's just the AI. Imagine like other players go, oh, there's a beam pointing straight at this spot. Now they got a place to go too. So
it looks super crazy.
It had like NVGs on it too. I don't know if that was just him like showing like because I don't know, is the helicopter gonna be like, is the AI gonna know it has NVGs on or off? But
I'll try to find it. But he showed a bunch of stuff about some new areas and maps like this.
Yeah.
The new weapon mechanics
that he's been working on,
like moving the sights and things, dude. The NVGs look crazy.
The NVGs look very clean.
They look like actual NVGs. They don't look like video game NVGs where you can see everything. They look like actual like Gen 2 or 3 kind of shitty NVGs.
Yeah. And I'm curious, like if there's gonna be pickups for better NVGs or
I would think so, yeah.
I would assume so, yeah. But God, just
it's even got like the noise, like that noise of the
hum.
I meant like the visual static, like in the light area.
Yeah, I do. I know people are gonna be upset, maybe not upset, but like I'm curious, like because when he ADSs with NVGs and there's no blurriness to the sight for like the hollow. I get it. It's a video game. You still gotta have to look, through your sights. But I'm curious if he'll ever add, especially if there is a point shoot system like lasers or
I bet
systems
so.
and stuff like that.
Based on what he's been adding and how on point he's been with everything,
that's the other thing I'm like kind of excited about.
Eventually,
is people were wanting a way to shoot left-handed to move your gun to the other side of the screen, and I'm like a left-handed shooter IRL, and I've never had that in a video game that I play. Like that would be. I feel like I'm a marginalized class of left-handed shooter. You can move it over there, or is it always over there?
On CSGO, you can actually move on your left side.
Dang. Well, I've never played CSGO really, so here you are.
Look, there's right hand, and then there's the wrong hand. So
I know. I do a lot of stuff wrong. Just look at this thing. But the thing of it is,
tell him to stop.
Shut up. Leave me alone. So anyway, I'm excited to have that in the game. That's super cool, and it sounds like people just wanted that. And he was like, I wasn't planning on it, but okay, it's in the next demo on Patreon. This is the footage here of the helicopter. The helicopter also has an MVG mode. It shows the fuel and stuff in the top, so that it just looks the light going through the trees. There's the MVG mode on the helicopter.
Well, that's cool. So okay, so it'll be like a fuel system. So the helicopter's out for a bit, then eventually it'll go away because it needs to go like refuel or something like that. I'm curious though, if it goes refuel, does it just go off the map, or maybe like could you go and find it, at a like a military patrol base, or not even to steal it, but like maybe like, okay, I go and I'll disable it for 5 minutes. So now the entrance is clear for 5 minutes. I think that would be a really cool
I don't know, man. But it's such a cool concept, dude. Because like so like you're in the border zone, and he said like to cross into Vostok, there are several things you have to go through. Like there's gonna be like mechanical puzzles, like different kinds of parkour things and challenges and stuff to like cross. So just adding that, I can see like you're trying to cross a little bridge or something in Mantle, and then you got to like avoid the searchlight of the helicopter and stuff. Like you see that ominous light coming at you. Like super cool. They also
that nighttime fire, dude, in the snow. I want to be there in real life. That's how good it looks.
Dude, it makes me want to go visit Finland for sure. It's so cool. And then they're adding
the Scope podcast in Finland. Is that we're doing that now?
Yeah. Whenever we get the funding. So no, we're not
sponsored by Road to Vostok. Anyways.
Yeah, when Auntie flies us out there, we'll do it. So then what else I was gonna think? It wasn't on his roadmap, he said, but he is going to be adding a update to the playlist to add snow, night, some other weather stuff, MVGs and things like that. So he's gonna update the demo that's currently on Steam you can play, that he wasn't planning on doing. But yeah, these devlogs just continue to impress, and it's pretty much a single developer. So
I can't seeing all this and then knowing it's just one dude. Oh my god, man, I'm so impressed.
Yeah, it's wild.
So we're still keeping an eye on it. It's looking good. That was just like a really cool video. His latest devlog, if you want to check it out and see it, is really good. All right, the next. Where's my soundboard? Jeez.
I think the production team did a prank on you.
I think they did too. I'll talk to him about that later. It's gonna be a real problem. Buff, what's this Dragon Ball bullshit? Like I keep hearing about, dude. Like I don't even know, dude. What this is? Are you mad? What I don't. The production team doesn't even know what to put on the screen because I don't know anything about it. I don't know why.
Sign is just a question mark. Like
I don't know why you're so excited. I really don't know
why. Question mark.
I'm pumped, bro. Oh my god. So yeah, Dragon Ball. Like I said in our Discord chat, like the name is BuffNerdGaming, so the nerd portion is in there for a reason. I'm already buff, right? I'm already buff, so got to be a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
So
you get a game.
Exactly. So with Dragon Ball Z, I'm sure some of us, unlike Crash, watched it growing up and still watch it today. So
Crash
Dragon Ball Z,
a closet DBZ nerd.
Yeah, he is. You are, Crash.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh man, they have so there's a lot of games, and this past weekend was, I think, one of the esports tournaments for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And during that, they launched a trailer to tease and show off the gameplay. Well, not gameplay, but they had the actual trailer for Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. So it's been 16 years since. Thank you, Crash. Since that's what's going on in my pants right now. It's been 16,
you wish.
I mean, it looks like a Dragon Ball Z character, you know.
Yeah. It's been 16 years since Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So I mean, for the people that are DBZ fans, this is actually like enormous news. So I'm sure those videos. It's very big and girthy news, Crash. So I'm sure the videos that like the creators that cover that, I know, are probably everything's blowing up because Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I think, was PS2, maybe 3. It came out 16 years ago. So that's considered the best Dragon Ball game of all time. I played the hell out of that in college with my roommates. We had a blast. So now the fourth one's coming out it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's definitely gonna be Dragon Ball gameplay on my channel.
So are you starting a new channel, or just going on the Fortnite channel, or like
it's going on the main channel?
Oh, is that Goku from Fortnite?
And I'm gonna love it. Yeah, exactly. Goku from Fortnite.
What do you? I'm gonna regret this. What do you do in the game?
It's a fighter game.
Oh, okay.
It's like really any fighter game.
Yeah, it's like, but the Budokai Tenkaichi one, at least in 3, they made it more not quite open world, but you had more of an open map. So it
wasn't like your traditional Tekken or Street Fighter. I do remember when that came out because my cousin was a big Dragon Ball Z fan, and I think was that on the PS2 360 days, like when 3 came out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere around that time.
I think so.
And I remember seeing that for the first time. Like, whoa, hold on, the arena shifts and moves, and you can just kind of just fly around a little bit, and
you can fly around, and like the perspective changes because you're flying around and stuff. So, dude, those are intense. Those are intense games. That game was so fun, and you have a crap ton of characters. You can do like team battles, so it could be like 5v5. I'm sure they'll tap into the cross gen and have like tournaments. This would be a big, like, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is
something you go to like
esports.
your local gaming store and watch like tournaments live. And just have fun with the friends.
And the esports scene for the Fighter Z game, which is out now, is actually like pretty darn big too. I actually competed in one of those back in 2019. Maybe.
Of course you did.
Allegedly.
Oh man.
All right. Cool.
I'm saying clip it and make it a short, man. It's gonna get the hits. Trust me.
Everyone's excited but me about Dragon Ball Z. Cool.
It is cool, okay?
Yeah, it is, man. I'm excited. Hey, I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you're excited. All right, I love to see
it. That's all I need.
I love to see it. Okay, the last quick shot, and I don't even have the tweet pulled up yet, so that's good. There's a new third-person game floating around. Blue's gonna have to tell you about it, and also tell me where to find it.
I mean, to be honest, I saw the tweet originally from Big Fry, and then I saw another tweet from SOCOM.
I saw Abel. SOCOM John.
It was Abel. Yeah, Abel retweeted it, and then I saw SOCOM John's tweet, and it looks just like an updated version of SOCOM, but in a weird I mean, it's being, it says it's being developed from Steam. It's called From Within, I believe. And
that's what it is.
I don't know. It just I've been a big fan of SOCOM for a long time. Especially, I think my first one was SOCOM 2. And then I didn't play again to like Combined Assault, but there's been a lot of attempts for SOCOM, for people to like recreate the feeling of SOCOM, and I don't think anyone's pulled it off just yet. So I'm not gonna go ahead and be like, this is it, this is the game. Like I'm just looking at the footage right now, and it looks cool. It has the like traditional crosshairs, like you ADS and the crosshairs get smaller. It's not like you look through your sights. And other than that, I think the sniper is the only one you can do that, but it's it's just an upcoming project. It's very early on. You can kind of tell it just seems kind of basic. I mean, I don't think it doesn't really even feel like an actual game. Just feels more like a fan project, like a really good looking fan project, but a fan project nonetheless.
Yeah. So I guess you have to tell me, like, it's Unreal 5 though, right? Like I heard that it looks really cool.
Yeah. So it's Unreal Engine 5. So
it's either cloudy or they haven't done the lighting
pretty
yet.
Decent.
I don't know about that. I guess it's cloudy because it's snowing, but the animations look really good and stuff. I don't know.
That was always a big thing. It's like the third person animations and those like clones of SOCOM games just feel very staticky, where this one feels a little bit more natural. But again, it's I don't know if they're using assets. I don't know. It's very early on. Like I don't know what the heck is going on with this game yet. So apparently, like they're handing out keys already too.
Oh, wow.
So I'm pretty sure people like Fry and Abel will get keys, and so come
Brad
John.
said he has access to it, but hasn't
showcase
played it. He doesn't even care. It's not like he's busy.
It's
What are you doing over there? Play it. Tell us
Yeah,
about it. Make
so-
a video.
tell us. Yeah, but
Come on,
again, a lot of it just seems like a very interesting project. Like the kill feed, just it's like, oh, you got killed by this guy with this gun. It just everything just looks like to be honest, if someone might be looking at this, I know exactly what asset pack they're using, and they can attest to that. But
yeah, that's what I would be.
We'll wait and see.
That's what I would be waiting for, that video of like these games come out, and then there's like, man, this looks badass on Unreal, and then all of a sudden it's like another video comes out and it's like they reuse this is an asset pack, this is like, and they just keep doing that, and it happens a lot. So I hope that's not the case here. I feel like looking at this,
I do like the camera angle, because you can't peek around a corner too easily. I'm thinking from what it looks like, it's a little bit lower,
a little lower and closer. Yeah.
So because that's what I don't like about third-person shooters, is the whole corner peeking and just popping out, or someone popping out on you because you couldn't see them, but they could see you.
That's why I don't like third person very often.
Yeah. So whenever there's like a third person option, like in battle royales, whatever it is, I just switch to first only. So
people sit on the corners and wait.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty with their third person mode, kind of did that. They try to fix it, but I don't think many people are playing third person on Call of Duty. So
I don't think so, but I don't know.
I don't think so.
I just feel like we're so callous to these types of videos. Like there's been so many things that look
it's just
cool,
like,
and then they never turn out hardly. So
that's exactly my feeling. Oh, okay, what cool. It's cool you're making this. I've seen this plenty, from time and time again. And this is someone who's like a little bit even more recent into like covering games. So, and I've already seen it plenty of times. So I can't imagine, Fry or whoever else, Abel, those guys have been living their entire lives just waiting
for
games like this.
Yeah. That's what I hear. So
that's what you hear, and that's what you're getting.
That's there, and we just reacted to it. So, boom.
Can we just talk about that Call of Duty skin real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Buff loves talking about it,
dude. It is. Yeah, I mean, if you want my true thoughts, you can check out what I say about it on Twitter. I just posted a nice tweet about it too, in a response to
Give us a recap of that real quick.
I think it's hilarious, to be honest. I think it's hilarious that that's in the game. I don't care. I do think it's weird though. It's a little bit like, I don't know who's like, it's a grown man in leggings with a big dick and cat ears and a lot of colorful stuff on him. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I were a pedophile, I would buy that skin. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying,
So did you buy the skin?
Maybe the FBI should do a background check on the developer that put that in the game.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Well, you know what? I literally saw someone put a tweet. I just saw it and I forgot to save it. Maybe I liked it, but the skins for campaign characters are in the game.
Everybody, I've been on that bandwagon with all those tweets. You've probably seen my responses. It's so stupid.
I think that's probably what it was. Yeah. And it's just like, we've had this conversation plenty of times before. It'll never get done, I feel like, at this point. Especially, like, I told people this was gonna happen. They really thought Call of Duty wasn't gonna go all kawaii towards the end, and it did.
But it's season 2. We were anticipating we were like, realistically, we're like, okay, we got at least 3 good seasons of like good stuff before this stuff starts coming in. We were wrong. They just went full send right off the bat. And
you sound muffled.
Send.
Do I sound muffled? Muffled.
Hello?
Like you're inside some tights or something.
Oh, I hear good.
I'm in
Let me out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something's getting squeezed.
It is really weird that they do have all those, like, all the grounded assets. You look at Task Force 141, the Ghost Skin, Soap, Price, the Shadow Company guys. all of the everything you see in single player, Graves, there's so much there in single player that they haven't brought any of it into multiplayer. It's just, it's almost like they don't like money. I don't know. I mean, everyone's gonna buy that stuff. I want to know what the sales are on this because I haven't seen a single person running this.
I'm very curious on that too.
I haven't seen anybody with it. So who bought it?
Well, you went because you go day one, legit Army Ranger kits,
right?
To this.
It's so dumb. I mean, I don't care.
It's so night and day.
I don't care, but like, you can't call your game Modern Warfare and not put anything like remotely grounded in the game. You know, it's just,
I think that's
whatever.
I think that's the issue, and you run into people like the go play Arma people all the time when you start talking about how you want some like immersive milsim skins, but it's like you should at least cover the gamut. I don't think Buff has a problem with this skin if you would have already had all the milsim skins, all the Shadow Company, some Task 141 skins, like all that, like some actual grounded skins, and then you can add this shit if you want.
I mean,
I
don't even care. I don't care if you like one for one it, you know, as long as they're creating the game. They called it Modern Warfare. They built it up for like this Sicario type vibe and everything.
Exactly. But when it didn't introduce any of those characters.
Yeah, it's so like you can't play as anybody from Task Force 141 besides Gaz right now, and that was introduced with the raid that came out season 1.5. So it's just weird, man. I don't know. And I did just get a go play Arma if you want grounded skins reply to a tweet. So that's like a couple times a day at least. So you get the simple-minded individual who says that.
Oh, Justin, that skin is quite prominent in Search and Destroy. Those edge lords. I've seen it a few times. Yeah, I've seen it a few times. A lot of people have the eggplant.
Were they talking about how much they like children or?
Yeah, that's what a lot of them sound like. The people that have their VoIP on in Search and Destroy.
Not surprised.
They got the voice
it's terrible. It's terrible.
It's again. It's God. Fuck. I'm at loss for words, man. Yeah, I said the whole Arma. Go play Arma stuff. It's such a cheap tactic because
especially like you say that and you've like those are the people like don't even know what the game is. Like if you go play
probably
Arma
never launched Arma in their life,
then if you went and played those games, you'd understand how stupid saying something like that is. Like
and you go look at older like Call of Duty titles, and the most they used to do back then was like the red tiger stripe camos for their guns or gold camos and stuff like that, just. And I'm not trying to like live in the past. I know things need to change. Of course, but again, when you promote, it's just the marketing that went into this game, like you said earlier, just like the promotion of this game, super modern, super tactical, very hardcore, and then you just pull this.
Right. And the story itself was like for a campaign was very grounded. I mean, it was
it was pretty intense. No shoot scenarios.
Yeah, it was good. I'm comparing it, especially like let's compare it to Modern Warfare 2019, right? I mean, you had some goofy skins in that game for sure, but you also had a point in each season. They released, I think, like 5 or more they called them milsim bundles, and they were in the store or in the battle pass, and they were actual milsim operators,
and people would buy those.
People bought them, and it was based on real life operators. You had JTF2, the Canada Special Forces. You had Spetsnaz. You had DevGru, some Delta. Exactly. It was awesome. And then they threw in the goofy crap later on, which is fine. At least we had our grounded stuff. Hopefully they're doing the reverse this time around. But it's just strange to me because they're going to make a lot of money if they just put 1-for-1 bundles in the store, and they haven't done it. So I'm just like really. Yeah. I'm curious what they're waiting for. And I know this.
I think you liked the tweet, and it was like someone posted like Eli Double Tap and Alejandro as like the next 2 operators that should be part of it. I think that'd be kind of a cool, update. Yeah, but
exactly.
I'm a big look cool, feel cool, play cool kind of guy, I guess. So if I feel like I'm wearing a proper kit, I might play better. I don't know. That's just me.
I'm the same way. And there's a difference between like we need a milsim game It needs to be 100% realistic, and I want just some grounded stuff so I can feel a little bit more immersed. There's a huge
immersion
difference.
One or
is
the
the
other, pal.
biggest factor.
And if I wanted a hardcore mil sim experience, I would in fact go play like Squad or Arma. But I'm just looking for, like you said, but like a more modern kit. Knowing I don't have cat ears, you know, I mean, it's whatever. They'll add stuff, you know, 1-for-1 stuff, and all those skins from campaign will hopefully come around eventually. But I do think that one,
what comes out before then.
Yeah, and I just do think that skin definitely put. You know what? I went back in the store since that screenshot you had up, Crash. I like went back. This sounds really weird, but I looked at it in store because I was. I was curious.
In on it.
Yeah, I did zoom in on it because of the Twitter like noise that was going on. I was curious if they were gonna kind of reduce the size of that big breaking Call of Duty stuff they dropped. It looks like they might have made it a little bit less prominent. I was curious. Yeah. I had a feeling they would do that just because
I thought it was a joke. I thought someone photoshopped that when I first saw it, dude.
Yeah, it was real. I think they made it like less bulgy.
Like, I get it's a rated, M game, but come on, man. Like, that is not the type of content that should be in a first person tactical, not even tactical shooter, but like a Call of Duty and Call of Duty in general. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just an arcade game, but I mean, you have kids playing the game, so I mean,
what's this? And then there's that conversation,
right? And then everybody will tell you though, but it's an M-rated game, so they shouldn't be playing it. Like, oh, okay. And then I guess somebody did a video about the skin, and their video got demonetized for sexuality or something.
It was
who was that?
So it's in a video game, but you can't even show it on as you're talking about it. That's just classic, just
weird.
Yeah,
it's weird stuff.
Interesting.
I feel like people that
go Infinity Ward.
I feel like people that make rules and make decisions don't have anything to do with their final product and don't ever use it themselves.
Yeah.
But
God, imagine a person developing that model.
Dude, God, probably so
enlarge,
make it bigger,
enhance,
more. That Star Wars meme.
Oh, Kylo Ren meme.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Well, guys, we're quickly devolving into something I don't even know what's going on.
We're getting demonetized for sure.
Who cares? So I kind of have to run. It's been an hour and a half. I think we had a good program. Appreciate everyone for being here. I don't think we have time for chat Q&A today because we talked about Dragon Ball Z and giant Call of Duty wieners for too long, but it was good. It was good combo. It was good stuff. Had an awesome show today. I had a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys. Buff,
it was
appreciate you
a
a lot.
It was a blast. Good fun.
Well, also, by the way, it is confirmed I am another co-host.
Blue's here.
Woo!
I didn't have time. I need to make it like a cool little video or something when you do like a intro thing, like a
announcement
WWE intro video. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm picking my song. Yep.
Yeah.
But next time we'll have to tilt your camera up and we'll put off some smoke bombs in your office and come through your door in your wrestling outfit.
Your door,
flashbangs in, making lights
flash. Yeah. But yeah, Blue graciously decided to join us as long as he can put up with us. Because I think, I don't know, you guys can let me know what you think, but I think the show flows a whole lot better with three of us. Lots of production team get a little more air, get some stuff up on the screen, and just fun, man. Have a lot of fun talking to you guys. I guess while we're talking about it, Buff and I wanted to bring him on too because I think he fills a really good role, right? Like I kind of play a wide variety of games. Buff is like a military weapons expert, like Call of Duty, DMZ. I play kind of some other AAA games, and Blue is super well versed in like the indie scene and tactical FPS games. So like I think he fits in perfectly. We all have kind of a different area of the FPS genre that we hang out in our off time, and I think it works out really good. So we're really happy to have him. And that's what's up. And hopefully next week we'll see everybody. We'll come back. We'll go live. We'll talk about what's happened between now and then. I'm guessing we'll talk a little bit more about the finals. If you guys do want to support the podcast, just be a friend, tell a friend. Next time you come back and meet us next week, bring somebody with you. Share the link with them, and we'll do it. Just get rid of Crash. Yeah, thanks, Big Fry. That's the goal, right? Like, I think it would be so much better. Then I could put giant wings on Buff's face.
Already low enough.
And then I could just sit in the background and put giant wieners on Buff's face from the back.
Just replace my webcam with that image from now on.
I have it. I will. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. Next time I don't. Next time I
want you to do it.
Next time you start talking about Dragon Ball Z, boom! I'm gonna stuff you in the tights, Buff.
Yes.
Put you right back in the tights. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Like I said, you come back next week, bring a friend with you, and we'll have a good time. We'll talk about some cool stuff and do the best we can and hang out. Appreciate you all very much. Much love, and we'll see you in 7 days.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. See you next week.